Okay, hi everyone. Greetings from Singapore. So today we are going to talk about the brain, and then we are going to talk about the programs that are meant to stimulate the brain. All right. So this particular session here is suitable for anyone and everyone who wants their brain to be first, smarter, and second, faster. All right. To be able to think and perform faster. So here we are talking about boosting brain performance. So it's also suitable for those who have perhaps suffered a little bit from the loss of brain performance. For example, they're drifting into dementia, loss of memory, or for children who have, let's say, autism. Okay, yeah. So these programs that we are going to talk about here, okay, will be able to support people who need this kind of support. All right. Okay, so housekeeping first. For those who needs the translation, I've given you the link in the chat for you to click on it. If not, you can just use your phone to scan the QR code and then select your language. All right. So this is a platform provided by Healy World. And we are here to give you more information on how to use the Healy, MagHealy, and its programs to support your body. So this platform is purely for education. All right. And our devices, as much as we love them and trust them, okay, so Healy, MagHealy, they are not medical devices. All right. So therefore, they are not intended to cure, treat, mitigate, diagnose, or prevent any diseases. So should you have any concerns or condition, please, please, please seek professional medical advice. All right. Okay, so my purpose here today is to share with you my methods and how I perceive or view or how I use these programs. Okay, so I'm a bioenergetic profiling, a coach, trainer for a couple of years now. Okay, so I also use a bit of my counseling experience to do the profiling work using Healy. I used to use the bigger machine, but now I just focus on using Healy and MagHealy, and the results are just amazingly accurate. All right. So my previous background is that I've been in wellness for quite a number of years. And my training, I have my training in the Chinese meridian system, biology. So therefore, my training usually incorporate a bit of science, bio, and how I use Healy, MagHealy to support the body. But I do more than wellness, okay? So I do more than wellness. Okay, so over the years, while helping my clients to learn how to use Healy and MagHealy, I kind of know where their difficulties are, what are all the questions that people ask over and over and over again. So I've compiled 5 books. So these are the 5 books that were compiled over 3 years period, all right, to put all the information that I have, consolidate them so that anyone who is a new user can immediately have references, or even if you've been using Healy for some time, okay, if you want to learn how to do, how to master and know what you're doing. So these are references that are available for you. So I've also put some information because not all people are readers. Some just want information, just in time. When I need it, I'll go and find it. So they prefer to watch, they prefer to listen. Yeah. So that is where the YouTube channels, Use Healy and Healypedia, come into use for them. All right. Okay, so again, what are we going to talk about today? The first part will be the biology of the brain. Yeah, so what kind of functions does the brain perform? And then after that, we are going to first cover the mind wave programs. Okay, and then after that will be the McMaking programs, because McMaking also have programs for brain. So we want to know, are these overlapping? Are they the same? If I use this mind wave brain programs and the McMaking brain thalamus, what are the differences? Are they the same? or are they really different? And then the last part will be people who are sensitive to the 5G electrosensitivity. All right. Okay, let's start. Okay, so why is brain health so important and essential for us? So we are going to basically go through the different sectors of the brain components and then see what are the functions. Okay. Yeah, because this will be related to why you need certain wavelengths, okay, for different parts of the brain. Okay, so the front part, now when we say frontal, meaning that if you put your hand like this, and then if you were to put it here, thumb, small finger on your temple, and then you put it here, that is where your frontal is. Okay, the part of the brain, frontal. So they are meant for executive functions, meaning what? The work that we do day to day, whether your office or at home and all that, things that you need to plan. Okay, organize your working memory. That means it's short term, just for here and now. Okay, let's say if I want to put on my clothes, you know how to unzip, you know how to put the buttons and all that. Cognitive flexibility. Cognitive here refers to your intelligence, how smart you are, and how flexible your brain is. That when you look at something, okay, when you want to solve problems, okay, you don't just think one way, but you're able to see things from different ways, having different solutions and all that. Is also for your impulse control, your self-regulation. That means to be able to hold back. You see something hot, is like, oh, okay, I need to grab cloth to hold this, rather than just straight away go and touch something that is hot. Okay, so this is executive function. All right. Then this is also the place for decision making, judgment, where you evaluate the risk. Yeah, should I jump over the drain? Will I be able to reach the other side? If you are buying your stocks and all that, is now the time? Am I taking too much risk when you're making investment, making a prediction? What if I do this? Okay, what if I press this? What if I type this? So what is going to happen? What if I say this to my mother? Okay, how is she going to respond to this? So your moral reasoning, your ethical decision making, yeah. So your social emotional regulation. So when you see, oh, okay, my father came in, your boss came in, and it was without a smile, cold, hard features. Okay, I think either the person is stressed or the person is unhappy, so better not go and ask for money or funds. Yeah, so this is the region that help you to navigate social interactions, to make friends with your colleagues, to be able to mingle in a networking environment, at home, okay, with family members and all that. Motor control, voluntary movements, means that if I see a glass, I want to reach out and pick it up, or I see a pen and then writing, okay, drawing, these are all voluntary. Voluntary means you have a say, you decide what you want to do. So that is voluntary movement. Okay, whether you want to sew, crochet, whether you want to type, all these are all voluntary movements. And it also helps you to coordinate complex movements. For example, if you're a ballet dancer or if you're an acrobat, okay, so, or you're a diver, so there are many movements that you have to put together, okay, a dance, a choreograph and all that. So this is all part of it. So you can move your hands and your legs all at the same time, and everything is coordinated, for example, in a dance. Okay, so that is the importance of the frontal section. And if it's damaged, or if it is degenerated because of aging, for example, you will see personality changes. So, and you see this in, let's say, our elders who have dementia, suddenly they become unfriendly, they'll scold you, they are moody and all that. So these are the personality changes. Okay, apathy, they don't seem to care so much. I don't care if you don't like it. Okay, yeah. So disinhibition, that means there's no more inhibition. All right, no more inhibition to the behavior. Yeah, so sometimes they may do some embarrassing act which they normally won't do in front of people. Okay, yeah. Then ADHD, attention deficit, is because of underactive prefrontal, this part here. Okay, meaning that their social part is not regulated. Yeah. Schizophrenia, okay, if it's impaired, so it will lead to inability to execute the thinking functions, okay, the working memory. And then let's say if there is a stroke, and then if the hemorrhage appear at the frontal tissues and cause damage to the frontal tissues, and this is where they will lose their motor functions. Okay, we talk about complex movement, so that's where the ability to write, to think, making judgment, and all that will deteriorate. Okay, because of the damage to this particular region. Okay, now this region here also is closely associated with the thalamus. Okay, this white region here, okay, so this is the thalamus. They work in closely, okay, where the dopamine pathway. So over here, you see the blue dots. There are sites that secretes the dopamine, and then they are released following these blue arrows. So they are released, and the pathway stretches towards the prefrontal here. All right, so dopamine is necessary for what? For reward, motivation. That means you're persistent in doing something, in not giving up. So your motivation, okay? Yeah, your personality is shaped, your personality traits in the sense what compulsion, whether you have perseverance or you just do halfway and then you think that you're not successful, you abandon and then you give it up. All right. So to remain driven, okay, to be ambitious, having a goal and pursuing the goal, and delay your gratification, meaning that you continue to motivate yourself to pursue something, is helped by the dopamine pathway working with your prefrontal. Okay, the next region will be here. All right, so just behind your ears. All right, around here, that is your temporal lobe of the brain. So this part here near the ear, so it's for auditory. So for you to process pitch, volume, location. So even if you close your eyes, you can tell that, okay, the sound is coming from the front, or whether the sound is coming from behind you, where to turn your head, turn left, turn right. So you're able to locate where the sound is coming from. Volume, okay, so when somebody says something nice and sweet, you know what is coming. If somebody just shout danger, you know that, oh, that volume, that pitch, that's danger. Okay, so that volume, that pitch, that's anger. All right, so that's how we do all the processing here. So we interpret speech and all the complex sound, our language, understanding one another is all here. Okay, language comprehension, to write, to speak, word recognition when you see something, okay, to remember them, to remember the meaning, and then visual language. All right, so this is more for reading. Yeah, recognize faces, even objects, so that if I don't see you for 2 weeks, then when you see me again, you know that, okay, this is Christi. Yeah, so recognition and remembering, visual cue. All right, remembering scenes, scenery. When you go someplace, then you say, hey, I've been here before. All right, so it is based on the visual cue that you remember. Hey, I saw this before. All right, yeah. Okay, spatial layout, where you put your things. That means if you've seen somewhere that, okay, my phone was there, the key was there. So even if you are blindfolded, you kind of remember where the things are located. Okay, or when you go out, you come back again, you will know where is the location of things, because in your mind, you remember their layout in the house. Okay, so visual. Now, if this part is damaged means it could be accidents, okay, or degeneration because of aging. Okay, what happens is hallucination. You hear sound, okay? You see things that you don't see. Memory distortion, Alzheimer's, okay? Yeah, so hearing things, that's schizophrenia, okay? And then it will lead to, in very rare cases, hyper sexuality, okay? All right, now comes to the back. Your eyes, directly behind your eyes, that part of the brain that is called the occipital. Okay, occipital. So this is a visual processing. So it's based on the sensory input coming from your eyes will go to the occipital, all right? So light, dark, contrast, colors, lines, edges, movements, okay? Spatial location, like just now when I say remember things based on where you last seen it, okay? So sometimes when we lose something, it's like, hey, where did I last see this thing? Okay, all right, color, depth, for you to match colors, design, and all that. So it is the occipital receiving information of colors and then help you to know that this object is in front, the other object is behind. Okay, then comes to this part here, the parietal lobe. This is for somatosensory. Somato means body, sensor, touch. So this part is the sensory of touch. Okay, pressure, because touch, when you touch lightly, okay, this is stimulating, nice, but you touch hard, then it becomes pain. All right, pressure is sensitive to pressure, temperature, body position sense, okay, meaning that if your body is vertical, horizontal, or upside down, it will be able to detect, okay, what is your body position. Spatial awareness, navigation. So this is your sense of direction. Okay, put you in a new place. Are you able to quickly find your way? All right. Judge distances. Okay, so if you know that the object over there, if you jump, are you able to reach it and all that? Read maps. Okay, read maps. North, south, east, west, all that. Now, when you look at maps, or sometimes people say, oh, it's at the east wing, okay, of a building. You know, sometimes they have so many entrance and exit. Oh, is the north entrance, is the south entrance. Oh, certain people, they really have very good sense of direction. Okay, I don't have. I depend on signage, you know, so my parietal lobe is highly underdeveloped. So hopefully I can use Healy and MagHealy to improve on my parietal lobe. Okay. Then integration of vision, touch, hearing, that means all your sensory input, they have to filter, meaning at times when you need to focus, all this sensory input, you know that when you are hyper focused on something, right? You don't see, you don't hear, you don't feel anything. You are like, yeah, totally focused. So it must be able to, when you need it, to let the senses come in. But when you sleep or when you need to focus, you do not want to keep getting all this information, which is very distracting. Okay, so the filter, integration, everything is there. How to use tool, okay? Hand, eye, all this coordination. So this is also for math, for language, reading, writing, math, speech, and then body schema and self-awareness. Know where your limbs are without looking, okay? Yeah, if you close your eyes, all right? So you know which part of the body is located, all right? By senses. Now, the next part, what we have talked about is the cortex. We call it the brain cortex, which is the outer parts of the brain. Now we go into the inner part of the brain here. Okay, yeah. So the inner part of the brain, thalamus, because when you use the McHealy, McMaking, inside there is a thalamus program. Okay, so the thalamus here is referring to this region over here, this whole region here. Okay, so it's a major relay center. It's like a gateway that receives a lot of input, sensory input, your eyes, your hearing, your touch, everything. It comes in and then it will go to the thalamus, and then the thalamus will then send the signal to the cortex so that each part of the brain know what to do with those information. All right, so it is a gate. It is a gate. All right. I will call this like a CPU, you know, that very quickly make sense of the information and then after that do the quick distribution. Okay, so this is for higher cognitive functions. Okay, this is the one that makes you super smart. Yeah, for visual attention, spatial awareness, executive function, decision, language. Okay, so it is the enabler. enabler of the cortex. Yeah, so motor control, coordination, consciousness, your alertness, your awareness of your surrounding, because it regulates the sleep-wake cycle here. All right, so now, okay, this part here, the white patch over here, so it's for sensory filtering, so that when you sleep, it knows how to cut off so that you can go into deeper sleep. All right, then the mood loop. Okay, what is the mood loop? People who are depressed, people who are prone to overthinking, you know, if you have one statement that keep replay, play, rewind, play, rewind, play, rewind in your brain, that is a mood loop. So it's looping. You can't get out of it. And then you are just, they call it circling thoughts. Yeah. So over here, you have the serotonin. Okay, part of this region here actually release the serotonin, which is then sent to all parts of the cortical brain. Okay, so mood, it affects your mood, it affects your sleep, it affects your memory. Okay, so you will know that if you don't have a good sleep at night, when you wake up the next morning, you're moody, right? Yeah, so this is because of the serotonin here. Okay, so if it is not functioning properly, for example, alcohol, too much alcohol can actually affect the thalamus, okay? Or when you are drinking the alcohol and the alcohol reaches the thalamus, it can actually slow down the thalamus, all right? So memory deficit, okay, if there's a stroke around this particular region here, is going to affect the emotional memory, yeah. Emotional memory here, meaning that your happy memories, okay, your sad memories, okay, so you may not be able to recall them. So for schizophrenia, this dysfunction of this region here caused hallucination or delusion. Delusion means you actually don't have the cognitive ability. All right, so it can also lead to total sleep loss, or coma. Total sleep loss means you can't sleep. It's insomnia, yeah? Or permanent sleep state, coma. Mood disorder, depression, anxiety, migraines, okay? Yeah, then below the thalamus region here, this portion here, all right, little gland over here, this part here is called the hypothalamus. So this part here regulate your homeostasis, your nervous system, your autonomic nervous system, blood pressure, heart rate, your digestion, okay, whether to fight or flight, spell wrongly, okay, hormonal regulation, because over here, there are glands, the hypothalamus produce hormones that control all other hormonal glands. Okay or not? So that's why we call it the master gland or the master regulator of your entire body. Tiny little pea-sized thing, but it basically controls your whole body. Okay, it controls your body temperature. Homeostasis means to maintain that constant internal environment within you. Okay, so your temperature, your blood pressure, your hunger, whether you feel like eating or whether you feel full, your thirst and water balance, your sleep-wake cycle. Okay, then below here, all right, so this is the cerebrum. Then now comes the cerebellum. So this is for balance, like when you ride the bicycle, motor coordination, precision, okay, when you play your golf, okay, when you shoot, all this, so your motor skills, and then fine motor skills means it allows you to do those very, very fine movements, okay, while you play on the piano, threading the needle, okay, yeah, all this very, very fine, delicate movement. Speech articulation, okay, your grammar, your fluency, mental visualization, and as well as your autonomic. Autonomic means you can't control, it's automatic. So it will be your heart rate, your respiratory rate, your basal metabolism, your blood pressure, etc. Okay, so from the brain, the nerves will all meet together at this central nervous system, all right, which is the spinal cord over here. So this is the central nervous system. And then from here, the nerves will branch out to basically every organ, every part of the body. All right, so the brain is not just here, but it controls basically your whole entire body. So that is the reason why we really have to take care of our brain. All right, then comes the emotions part, which is the limbic system. Okay, this part is called the primitive brain. Primitive brain means that this part is common to many of the other lower animals that is actually controlled by emotions. They don't have the logical, critical, higher order thinking skills, which is the cortex. Okay, so now hippocampus is the green thing structure here. This is the hippocampus. This is your memory organizer, all your experiences, whether it's facts or whether it's emotions, experience that you remember, okay, your first date, okay, your first experience with something, okay, your first dive, so bungee jumping and all that, okay, so your first flight on the aeroplane. Okay, so you remember the emotions that is attached to that experience. So you actually remember it for life. So it moves from short-term to long-term memory. So that even at the age of 60, you remember what you did in your teens. So you need the hippocampus to actually organize it for you. All right. And then it allows you to recall your past memories for you to do imagination of future scenario. Okay. Yeah. What it would be like. Last time it was like that. Future, what is it like? Relate face to name. Spatial navigation, map. Okay. Either map or architecture. Okay, those are building and all that. Track movement, distance, okay, which is also needed actually for hunting purpose. Emotional context, remember events with emotional significance. Okay, differentiate safe and threatening context. That means when you, okay, when you're faced with a dog, your emotions is different. When you're faced with a wolf, then suddenly you interpret it differently. Okay, so it is the hippocampus that uses your past memory. So let's say you watch a documentary where the wolf, okay, actually what? Tear somebody apart or tear the prey apart. Okay, so you saw that and say, oh, this is a dangerous animal. But when you see the dog, you associate the dog with your past memory of the dog licking on your face, how the dog actually saved a human being and all that. So you're based on your past memory, this animal in front of you is actually friendly. Okay, so this is how you use your memory that is attached to certain emotions for you to assess a situation. So dysfunction will lead to amnesia. That means you forget the memory of the past. Disorientation, emotional memory deficits, can't recall. Now, amygdala here is a lot of your survival instinct, fight or flight. This is your fear center. If it's overstimulated, you have a lot of fear, panic, and all that. All right. So it's your emotional memory of traumatic events. Okay, so this is where you cannot forget if it's overstimulated. Okay, and then it's constantly blasting that trauma to you. Yeah, so this is, like post-traumatic disorder and all that. So it releases cortisol. And if the cortisol is high, you will remain in that state. So this is also for social recognition, sad, angry, trust. Okay, overstimulation will lead to rage, anger, aggression. All right, yeah. So it is also the one that decide whether you are addicted to something. All right. And certain people can be addicted to abuse, addicted to alcohol because of what? Because of the emotions that is associated with it. okay? Especially if the emotions associated with it is a reward. For example, smoking. So smoking for that person is associated with, it helps me to relax. Alcohol, it helps me to forget. So once the brain makes this kind of connection that alcohol is good because it helps me forget my sorrows. So after that, it crave for more. It becomes an addiction. Okay. All right. So this function here leads to if it's hyperactive, if your amygdala is hyperactive, anxiety, too much, it's yelling at you, danger, danger, fear, 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 fear. So it goes into a panic mode. Okay, PTSD. Hypoactive means they have no feelings. It becomes psychopathy. Psychotic, no feelings. They can hurt you. Okay, so that means they can punch you at your face, and then they don't feel anything. They can't feel that it's painful for you. Okay, so it becomes totally emotionless. Yeah, so the nerve over here can also lead to epilepsy. Okay, epileptic kind of emotions, autism. Okay, yeah, ADHD, all that is related to this area of the brain. Okay, so now can we use frequency devices like Healy and MagHealy to help? Okay, so let's go into Healy Mind Wave. Okay, so these are the 6 programs in Healy Mind Wave. So Healy Mind Wave actually give us the brain wave, delta, theta, alpha, beta, gamma. These are called brain waves, and these are the frequencies, waves and frequencies that are naturally produced by different parts of the brain naturally for its function. Okay, yeah, so based on this table here, so I've typed in here which part of the brain uses which type of waves. Okay, so frontal, the front part here, uses most of it. Yeah, then the rest are different parts. Okay, yeah, so when you use, let's say, the cognitive ability. Right now, I'm using cognitive ability. All right. So hopefully, this is to make my brain fast, okay, smart, and remember what I want to say. Be able to have the flexibility to look at the text and then very quickly, share my message. Okay. So cognitive ability. So this is made of gamma waves. When we are awake, when we need to work, gamma brain waves. So it range from 30 to 100. So when you turn on the program here, it will actually start from 60 hertz. And then you see, watch here, every 6 seconds, it is going to go down by 0.5 hertz. So it will be 55, after 6 seconds, 54.5, and then to 54 hertz. Okay, so it goes down 0.5 at a time. So after that, after it goes from 60, it will drop by 0.5 all the way until 35. Then it loops back. It's going to start from 60 hertz again and repeat the whole process. So this will go on and on and on until the 60 minutes is up. So it's fixed. The program is 60 minutes. So there is no IMF. That means it does not interact with body to see what you need. So it is actually going to give you the same frequencies to everyone who use this program. All right. So you should use this in the day because this is meant for the working brain. Yeah. So this is in summary to help you to peak in your cognitive performance, heighten your awareness, your awakeness, your alertness. Okay. And also for spiritual insight. Okay, now, what kind of frequencies? I'll highlight a few that are important. Now, although it goes by 0.5, it will stay at 40 hertz. When it reaches 40 hertz, it will stay at 40 hertz for 4 minutes. Now, why does it give you so much of 40 hertz? This is very important, okay? If you forget everything, remember 40 hertz. Okay, now, without 40 hertz, if you don't have enough 40 hertz, you will have learning disability. Okay, so this is important. Let's say if you are parents and your children is, let's say, struggling in their studies, okay, or you have difficulty, let's say, learning Healy, with all the different modules, with 2 apps, you confuse here and there. Okay, you need the 40 hertz. Use the 40 hertz. It will help you to learn faster. All right, if you have reports to read, comprehend, graphs, okay, if you're doing your thesis, your research and everything is 40 hertz. You need the 40 hertz, okay, to overcome severe learning disability. So this applies also for children who are learning, who have difficulty learning. All right. So integration of thoughts, senses, memories, and mental clarity. So it can give you sudden insights. May not be while you're using the program, So because this is only 1 hour, after 1 hour, you may continue with your work. You may be driving, you may be bathing, and then suddenly, I get it. Okay. The eureka moment will come. All right. So this is the 40 hertz. It puts you in a state of flow. Be very focused to enjoy. This is a meditative state without the sit down there and meditate. All right. So how many of us can sit down there 30 minutes, do nothing but just solid meditation? Not all of us can. All right. So this one is to give you that meditative state without having to sit there and just be very focused. It's also very good for athletic performance. Okay. So when you are practicing, okay, a certain skill, so you need to be so focused in that particular skill to put yourself in a state of flow is also the 40 hertz. Emotional regulation, your compassion, empathy, joy, it help you to relax, reduce your anxiety, so that learning will be fun. What you're doing will be fun, to you. Okay, promoting brain coherence, which is coherence means all the different parts of the brain that we talk about, that they will all be communicating with each other. Okay, so it's for hyperconnectivity, for your brain to, you see the icon here, that is hyperconnectivity. Okay, innovation, to be able to think fast, quick, connect different concepts. Neuroprotection, okay, it prevents the nerve from growing plaques. Teeth also have plaques, okay, which is the stuff that actually grow around and which is not good. So nerve also will have hardening substance that actually grow on it and then prevent the nerve from proper function. So it protects your nerve from developing amyloid plaques. Okay? Yeah, so it's like brushing your teeth. So this is actually brushing your nerves. Okay? Plasticity is very important. Plasticity is the adaptability. You're not rigid in your thinking, but you are able to have 360 degree, and then you are able to flip this thing upside down, inside out in your thinking. Okay, doing the acrobatics in your mind. Yeah, when you learn. Okay, let's say a student, they look at one question. If the question asked is slightly different, they're stuck. They don't know how to do. So the plasticity is there. Now, the next one is presence. Okay, this is also gamma waves, but it is slightly lower range. Just now was 60 to 35. This is from 45 to 35. So it drops by 0.1. So 44.5. Next one is 44.4. Then you count 4 seconds, it drops to 44.3. So by 0.1 hertz, 1 by 1 until 35. Okay, now at 40, 45, when it drops to 40, it will also give you the 4 minute of 40, like just now. Okay, yeah. Okay, so this is for you to immerse in the present moment, faster information processing, whole brain. Okay, in other words, it is the connectivity. All right, and sometimes because of the 40, it gives you the aha moment. So this is the same as the cognitive ability, but two different range of gamma. The other one is the higher gamma. This is the lower range of the gamma. So it's good to reduce the negative thought loop, overthinking, yeah, and consciousness. Okay, next one, active attention. So in active attention, you are given beta brain waves, which is from 13 to 30 hertz. This is the range. So in this program, it will start from 20 and then it will drop by 0.1. Okay, 19.6 to 19.5, 19.4, and all that. Every 3 seconds, it will drop. Okay, so they actually gives you the whole entire range from 20 to 13. So beta is also suitable for daytime, okay, for wakefulness, unless your job is at night. For example, if you are a trader, okay, either a stock trader, US market, and then your timing is all different, okay, and you want to be attentive during the time that you are trading in odd hours, then you can use it. But for all other people, we should actually use it in the day, all right? Use this in the day for study, for planning, organization, decision making. Okay, all right? For energy, for alertness, sharp, fully engaged mind to perform your task, problem solving. So these are all the cognitive function, logical, critical, analytical thinking, process, complex information, memory, goal-oriented behavior, okay, and to prevent distraction. Okay, next one, relaxed awareness. This is where you're given the alpha brain waves from 8 to 12. So it will start from 12, then it will decrease by 0.1 every 4 seconds. So now it's 11.7 to 11.6 to 11.5. So from 12, it will drop to 8. Okay, so there's no 40 here. This one is a typo error. Okay, so a cycle will repeat 12 to 8, then it will repeat again 12 to 8. So every of the program is like that. This one, you can actually use this in the evening, all right, for calm, centered, relaxed state. Yeah. Okay, what is it good for? Alpha is good for creativity, divergent thinking. All right, you can use it during the times when you want to do brainstorming, when you want to generate new ideas. Okay, yeah, so or when you are doing your art, etc., you can use it during that time. It doesn't have to be the evening. Okay, anytime that you want to stimulate that. Okay, it's also for retention, learning. Neuroplasticity means for a very, very flexible brain, mind-body connection. Okay, good, especially for art, for music, for sports. So when you need to interact between the two parts of the brain, mind, body. Okay, it can also help in pain relief as well, chronic pain, stress relief, because it helps to lower the cortisol level in the body. Okay, so it helps to relieve if you have a panic attack, anxiety, stress, depressive feelings. Okay, and it helps you to get into your intuitive state. Okay, so you can do it while meditation, yoga, hypnosis. Yeah, so it puts you to tap on your intuitive power. All right, so you can use it in the evening if you want to have better sleep, to just calm the body, let it relax. Yeah, quieten your mind after a very active, busy day. Okay, yeah. The next one, next program is creativity. And this is where you are given theta waves. Theta waves is from 4 to 7. So the program will start from 7 hertz. And then every 10 seconds, it will decrease by 0.1. So the next one is 6.8, then it will go to 6.7, 6.6. Okay, so from 7, it will drop to 4, and then it will repeat from 7, it will drop to 4 until the 1 hour is up. Okay, yeah. So you can use this in the day when you're generating ideas, design, art, music, choreograph, dances, and all that. Okay, so this is good for innovative ideas, intuitive thinking, tap into your long-term memory, okay, for deep emotional healing, for trauma, okay, yeah, because I think this one will activate your amygdala, hippocampus, the emotional part, because creativity, like let's say for dance and art, music, you need to invoke feelings. You need to put feelings into your music. You need to put feelings into your dance, okay, your expression, all that, right? So that's why it will invoke the emotions part, all right? So you can also use this for healing, yeah. Okay, so reduce your chronic stress, anxiety. So they all work by lowering the stress hormones and then increasing the happy hormones, okay, like your dopamine, serotonin, okay. So it can also allow you to tap into your dreams, all right, if you use this. So you may get ideas, you may get creativity, solutions from dreams. Okay, the last one is recreation. Recreation allows you to tap into delta waves. Theta, delta are waves that the brain produce during the sleep state, when we are asleep. Okay, so now we tap into that unconscious sleep state, although we are wide awake. Yeah, so you have frequencies that starts from 3 hertz, and then it will decrease by 0.1. So next one will be 2.6. Next one will be 2.5 every 10 seconds. So start from 3, it will drop to 0.5, and then it goes back to 3, and then decrease to 0.5 repetitively for 1 hour. Okay, so use this in the evening for deep restoration of body and mind. Okay, helps you to be calm, relax. Okay, it gives you high quality non-REM sleep. Non-REM sleep is where you go into deeper and deeper and deeper sleep at night. Okay, so although we say use it in the evening, you can actually use it at any time of the day. All right, so it will help you even in the evening as well if you're using it in the day. Okay, so don't be too concerned about that. Okay, so why is it anti-aging? Is anti-aging because when we are asleep, that is the time where the body do a lot of detoxing. Okay, it will actually do the repair as well. All right, so for cell regeneration, all this at night when we are asleep. So anti-aging support your immune system, so it brings down your nervousness, all right? So it consolidate your memory towards long term. So you see, like let's say if you're a learner, if your memory is no good, okay, if let's say you are a student and the exam is coming, or if you are a university student, or if you're an adult, you have a course and then you have training, or you have certification where you have to take tests and you have to learn things and all that, right? So when you use this, sleep is very important, because when you go to sleep, this is where the brain cleans up all the mess of information that we put in. All right, so it helps to clarify so that you will be able to think clearly the next day. So if you have deep, good sleep, right, the next morning you feel fresh. Okay, yeah, because all these mess are already sorted out for you. Okay, then you are less stressful the next day. Okay, pain relief, stress relief, brain detoxification, so the lymphatic system. okay, will do the cleaning up work so that the next morning you don't have, if you have brain fog, okay, blur, then you can't think clearly. That is because you didn't have a good sleep, okay? There's no detoxification. It also help you to tap into your intuitive subconscious power as well, okay? Yeah, connect with your creator. Okay, so in summary, you see that these 6 programs are not like repetition of each other. Okay, so like the first one, because this is the whole range of brain waves over here from gamma, high beta, beta, SMR, sensory motor rhythm, alpha, theta, delta. So each of the programs here fall into all this range that you need for full brain development, okay, for full brain function, full brain performance, okay, so that eventually as you use all this program, you won't feel that, oh, I'm a left brain person, you know, I'm the super logical, super critical, judging kind of brain, okay. Oh, I'm not a right brain person. Or some of you will say, oh, I'm the right brain person. You know, I'm the creative, no rules, no laws, no schedule kind and all that. So we will not be a left brain or a right brainer. You will become a balanced brain, a whole brain person. Okay? All right? So do you want a whole brain or do you only want to tap on either side of the brain? Okay? So that's why we need all the 6 mind wave program. Okay, so this is what the mind wave is all about. For us to be able to tap into every part of our brain to actually, you know, use up more. We only use 5% of the brain, which is too little. All right, so imagine if each of us can tap 15%, 20%, 30%, 50% of our brain power. Wow, what will your life be like? What will this whole earth be like? You know? Yeah. Okay, so that is mind wave. Okay, now let's compare it with the MagHealy atmosphere program for study. We have study, we have creativity, office. If you use these 3, you'll find that there is a lot of those brain waves, frequency inside. And then we're also going to look at McMaking. McMaking, specifically brain, thalamus, okay, vagus, nerves. These 2 are all nerves, okay, the nervous system, emotions, sleep. So they are all interrelated, okay, they are all interrelated. Okay, now, when you use, let's say, brain harmony, okay, and when you turn it on, you're going to see 2 frequencies, 49 hertz and 0.1 hertz, okay? So it's different. So it's going to dish out to you these 2 frequencies at a time. Mind wave is one category. If I give you gamma, this program is all about gamma, but a lot of gamma waves, that whole range, just gamma. So MagHealy is the 2 extreme range, you know. It's like delta is the sleep one, you know, deep sleep one, and gamma is the deep awake, when you are very, very awake. So both are given to you at the same time, but it does not give you the wide range. It's only one here and one here, but I give it to you at the same time. Okay, 2 at the same time. So you're getting 2 extremes, yeah? So 0.1 hertz, this is for your adaptability, your heart rate variability, stress, repair, relaxation. So one part is to help you to relax, and then the other part is to allow you to work at super high efficiency. You know or not? So when you get these 2 balance, means that you can work at super high efficiency without the stress. You're relaxed. You're in a relaxed yet high executive function, peak performance. You have insights, you have mental clarity, you're able to solve problems without the stress. 2 combined. That's also another kind of power. All right? Okay. Then The other pair that is given to you is like 6 hertz and 38 at the same time. So 6.8 is the theta. Theta is also the non-REM, okay? It's also one of the deep sleep frequencies. And then gamma, this 38 is not the high gamma, but the lower range of the gamma. So they pair it like that. So one is a relaxation creativity frequency pair with the other high function frequency. All right, so this is to accelerate your learning. So you also see this in the others. Now, only McMaking will give you 2 frequency at a time. All the others, like study in the hemisphere one, you are getting 1 at a time, but you're getting the theta wave, 6, 6.5, 7. Okay, so this will actually accelerate the learning without the stress. Okay, next one. In the brain program for MagHealy, you will see the next 2 pair, which is 40 and 89. 40, 89. Okay, both are actually gamma. Now, just now, remember I stressed that 40 was super important. Now you see, where do you find 40? Under emotions, you have 40 hertz. In nerves, you have 40 hertz. In vagus, you have 40 hertz. In thalamus, you have 40 hertz. In office, you have 40 hertz. Okay, I'm sure in study also there will be 40 hertz. Okay, yeah, because why? If you don't have 40 hertz, it's going to impair your learning. All right, so you see that 40 hertz appear across many of the programs. So the 40 hertz here helps you to focus and not get distracted. It allows you to feel happy and enjoy the process of learning because of the dopamine, serotonin that it releases. Okay, so you will enjoy this kind of fast speed learning for a long time. Okay, so it actually slow down or prevent the building up of the plaques, amyloid plaques in the nerve, so that deteriorate the function of the nerves. Okay, so you have the wiring as well for speed, and then the connectivity, all the different parts of the brain needs the 40 hertz. So this is your connection here, and it allows you to flow. That means when you're working, before you know it, you go to work, you clock in at 9 o'clock, before you know it, oh, it's lunch ready. Yeah, time passes so quickly and you're so engrossed in your work. Okay, then 200 hertz. Just now, the earlier one, there was no 200 words. So MagHealy actually gives you much broader range, okay, than the mind wave. Mind wave was up to 65. I think the highest was 65. Okay, so this one goes beyond 65 to 200 hertz. Okay, you see 200 hertz in brain, in emotions, and then in vagus. We call this the aha frequency. Okay, yeah. So this is the one that gives you that sudden what do you call that? Sudden realization. It's like, oh, how come I didn't do? How come I suddenly think of something smart? You say something and then suddenly you say, wow, okay, that can be a code. Okay, that sounds very intelligent. Okay, so that's what the aha is for. All right, the 200 hertz. Okay, for sensory sharpening, hyper focus, hyper alert, so that you're not sleeping. Hacking. Hacking means while you are overthinking, it going to cut you off so that it stops you in that pace. It's like stop the OCD overthinking. All right. Brain shaking is like hold you up and shake your brain. Okay, so it stops you, it disrupts stagnant pattern thinking and all those things. All right, so this is the awakening frequency. Okay, all right. I always remember the 200 hertz as the eureka, or the aha. Oh, okay, now I know that kind of frequencies. Okay, all right. Now, then vagus, you see 9 hertz and 94. So the two range again, 9 hertz is the alpha, so it gives you gamma and alpha together at the same time. All right, so alpha is the calm. Okay, this is the alpha state is very important because alpha state is the time when you can actually reprogram your brain, your old thinking, your old pattern and all that. You can actually use alpha waves to actually stop that. Okay, yeah, so it puts you in a relaxed state. Gamma is the brain stimulation, working state and all that. So pairing this together. So if I were to pair gamma with alpha, is enjoyment. But if I were to pair gamma with theta, theta allow me to go deeper into the unconscious state where I can tap into the intuition. Okay, and then if I were to pair gamma with delta, which is can go into, let's say, dream state, intuition, and connect to your higher self, connect to the creator and all that. So imagine you don't have to be asleep to get that kind of super clever intuition. You can be awake and tap into that kind of subconscious power. Okay. All right. Then you see brain 970 with 33. So 33 is beta. Then you see 38 here in brain, vagus. You have 38. Okay, so these are the emotions partner for emotions. So 38 here will stimulate the endorphins, the happy hormones, the GABA, dopamine to release your anxiety. And then you have the beta 33 is called the pyramid frequency or the sacred pyramid resonance. Okay, now this is good for, let's say, autistic children, ADHD, all right, where they cannot express empathy. Okay, unsocial behavior means they do not know when to do what and they don't have social inhibition. Okay, they can lie on the floor and then they can throw a tantrum. They don't know that it is not suitable. You can, if you will do it at home, but in public, you cannot do that. Okay, you cannot go to a restaurant and throw your fork at people. Okay, so this 33 here is to manage that. Okay, very likely it works on your amygdala, your hippocampus, the limbic system, all right, to control this kind of behavior. All right, hypersensitive means that there are certain individuals, if you look at them for a few seconds, they feel that, why are you staring at me? Okay, what's wrong with me? Then they pick fights with you, you know, those stare incidents and all that. So they're super sensitive, they're hypersensitive, all right? Then this is to break the overthinking, all right? So if you stare at the person, then the person, am I ugly? Then they will keep thinking, yeah? So this 33 here is actually to develop, okay, more socially accepted behavior, more empathy, okay, and connect to spiritual activation. Okay, then you will see 396. All right, so MagHealy here, you see that it's a much varied range of frequencies. Yeah, so 396 is the solfeggio. It's actually a musical note. So 40 is paired with 396. Now, this is good for those who have fears, worry, anxiety. Okay, release very deep-seated guilt, fear, trauma, grief. Let's say it is a sexual abuse, all right? Accidents, severe accidents, okay? Or they have been shamed, okay? Or they keep failing in their exams. So imagine a child, okay? Fail, 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 fail. So they either develop guilt, shame, negative beliefs about themselves, okay? So even if, you see, it will affect their studies, okay, or their work performance and all that, if all these things are playing the tapes behind their mind, okay? Yeah, so security for healing, transformation, and give them power to achieve their goals. Okay, so you may set a goal. For example, okay, in Healy, okay, this month I set my goal to be a director. Then after that, all this guilt, fear, how to call my family members, okay, how to call my colleagues, my friends, my neighbor, and all that. No lah, no lah, I shouldn't do this, and all this will creep in. Okay, so yeah, so this 396 is to set us free from all this. Of course, it is not just with one application, consistent application to go deeper, 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 and deeper. All right, so that will be our MagHealy. So you can see very clearly that the mind wave and the MagHealy atmosphere for the study and the McMaking programs are quite different. Okay, so when you use them, you are not like overlapping a lot, so it's different. Okay, now next part is to talk about 5G. All right, so right now our world is connected everywhere, and we are exposed to a lot of 5G Wi-Fi signals. Okay, now officially there are no reports that says that Wi-Fi signals, 5G, and all this is harmful to your health, to your brain, but there are individuals who are sensitive. Okay, either they feel headache, migraine, okay, or it affects the sleep, or it affects the brain functions, okay. So those who are sensitive, they will know it, okay, but majority of us probably can't feel it, all right. Okay, so if you are the sensitive type, okay, how to actually neutralize some of these signals that you are receiving, and then how to actually do clean up your system. So if you have energy cycle in the Obsidian edition, you have these two programs called 5G and cell phone. Okay, yeah, so 5G is for the Wi-Fi signal connectivity. Cell phone is for, let's say, if you make calls, texts, and all that. So there's heat coming from here, all right? So it's the thermal effect of the phone. Yeah, so let's say you put the phone into your pocket, okay? So the heat that is produced here is actually having thermal effect on your body tissue. So that will be the cell phone energy balance. Yeah. Then in defense, this one is found in professional edition or higher. You have defense. If not, you can find them in the Blue app. Okay, Blue app from Resonance, Resonance Plus, Pro onwards. Yeah, so you will have the DB defense. Yeah, so this part here, electrosensitivity. Okay, electrosensitivity, you can use this. And then if you have MagHealy Classic, you can use the Earth program, okay, or even the Spirits program to actually neutralize if you feel disturbed, okay, by the 5G, okay? Yeah, so if you're using cell phone, you will see some of this frequency here, 6 Hertz, 51, 120. 6 Hertz is the theta for help you to relax. If you have headache and all that, pain relief. If at night you cannot sleep, even if you turn off your Wi-Fi at home, but your neighbors, all their Wi-Fi are on. So this program here can actually improve your sleep. 51.8 support meridian flow. Okay, cellular energy balance so that you don't feel tired and worn out by the signals. 120 Hertz is for mental clarity, for focus, and is anti-inflammation. Okay, then there are others as well. Okay, now for this, when you use, you may not get all the same frequencies that you get over here. So these are the frequencies that I'll get when I use it, okay? Because it is IMF, it's individualized, okay? So when you use this particular program, it actually detects from your field what you need, what you have access, or frequencies that are disturbing your field. So it will give you the frequency that you need. And then you will see the percentage over here, minus 99, all the way it will neutralize until about 100%. Okay, so when it reaches 100%, that means the work is done. That means your field has been cleaned. Okay, yeah. So 735, cellular repair, emotional release. This is if you feel so agitated and frustrated inside, okay, by the signals, okay. Yeah, lymphatic support. This is for flow, flow of fluids, pain relief, because sometimes when you have headache, the lymphatic fluid, blood, all that get stuck, sluggish in the flow. So therefore you get this kind of pain. Okay, 83.8, nervous system. This is to calm you for tissue repair. Electrosensitivity. You see again the same one, like just now, 735. Okay, 0.2. So this is the delta waves, which is to protect your brain, okay, stimulate your brain, put it into a relaxed state. This is good for fatigue, for headache, migraine, yeah, stress. Then the 735 is anti-inflammation, okay, repair the damage, and for the bioelectric balance, because the brain here requires the ions. So where do they get the ions? From the blood, from the lymph, okay, so that brain can function and do the detoxing properly. Okay, you also have 134, 451, 889 hertz. 134 helps you to ground, relieve your headache, fatigue, your bioelectric balance. 451, your psychosomatic reactions. That means it's general discomfort. Okay, retune your cellular frequencies. 889 to clean your field, to activate your pineal gland, to help you in your sleep, and then to reduce brain fog, so that the next day when you wake up, after you use it, immediately you will feel the clarity, you know. Yeah, so that's how I felt, that the fogginess, that layer of the fuzziness is gone. Yeah, immediately, after the program. Okay, then there's also 0.1 hertz, 1.8 hertz, 5.43 kilohertz. Okay, what you will get will depend on the interaction of this program with you. Okay, yeah, Erding. And delta will slow down your breathing, help you to relax to 6 breaths per minute, so that if you have headache, pain, and all that, it brings down the sensitivity towards pain. Okay, yeah. So delta, as I mentioned earlier, delta puts you into deep sleep. Yeah. So that when you sleep, the detoxification system will kick in and do all the cleansing for you. All right. So this can be for tinnitus if your sensitivity is towards the ringing, yeah, in the ear, imbalance, all that, discomfort in the ear. So this will also help you. Earth, you have theta, 7.8 theta waves, only one frequency throughout that whole program. You will see only mainly 7.8 hertz. Okay, so this is called the Schumann frequency, which is very, very well known. So it actually helps in your brain heart synchronization, reduce stress, improve sleep, cellular repair. Okay, so now you need to try different programs, because you may not know which is the one that actually makes that difference. You see, so for some people, Earth is the one. For certain people, electrosensitivity. So don't always use the same program, but rotate the programs. Okay, because at different times, you may need different types of frequencies. So let's say one time you use Earth and wow, gives you spectacular results, you know. Then subsequently, when I use Earth again, let's say if you don't get the results, it's not because it's no longer effective. It is because your field here does not need that particular frequencies to clean up. So you will need something else. So make sure that you try different programs for best effect. All right. Okay. So our field, there are two fields. One is your energetic field, which is at your physical body. The information field is not your physical body, but is outside in the electromagnetic waves. Okay, so we use different methods to work on these different fields. So just now I talked about the different programs. Okay, so why if we have Healy, do I still need the MagHealy? So if I use the brain wave with the Healy HighWave, do I still need MagHealy? You know, yeah. So there are a lot of this kind of questions. People are wondering, you know, why do I need to buy so many devices? Yeah. So is it a marketing ploy? Okay, or is there really a need for us to take care of every part of the body? All right. Now, okay, so delivery is different from the program. So you have the program, but how is it delivered? It can be delivered in different ways. Okay. So for example, Healy programs. Okay. Mind wave. Can you use the coil? Yes, you can. Okay, let's say if you use the learning program in Healy, can I use HighWave to deliver the learning programs? Okay, yes, of course. Okay, so you're working at different levels. Yeah, when you're using the electrodes, the cables, you are delivering the frequencies that we see, all the numbers just now, in the through microcurrent. So we use current as the carrier to bring it into your body. Okay, so we are using current. Okay, if you're using the high wave, you're using electromagnetic waves. Okay, that's right. If you're using MagHealy to deliver, that means you have your MagHealy, and then when you brain thalamus, for example, when you put it in on your, let's say, on your belly, okay, you are working on the magnetic field, okay, in the body here. All right. Now, if you are using the atmosphere program, meaning that I put this on the table, I use the study program, the creative, and the office program. It is actually magnetic quantum potential here. I'm using MagHealy, but using the QAF. You will see QAF, quantum analyze frequencies. All right, means that let's say if I use a study program and I'm seated here, the MagHealy can actually interact with my field to find out which are the frequencies that I need and only give me those that I need. Okay, so it's through the magnetic field, but it is able to analyze and individualize it for all the people who are present in that particular space if you're using the MagHealy Atmosphere program. All right. Okay. So if you're using coil, it is also electromagnetic waves. Okay. That means you are delivering it by resonance. Okay. Meaning that when you put the Healy here and when you clip it here, okay, the frequency comes out to this space here. Okay. And then it interacts with your energetic field. All right. So it is through resonant frequency with your energetic field, your bioenergetic field. All right, so I can also use learning program through the Blue app. I can use McHealy, McMaking, or MagHealy Atmosphere using Healy, right? Healy with the Blue app to vibrate MagHealy, McMaking, and MagHealy Atmosphere. All right, it's possible. So I use the Blue app right now. Then I would be doing what? I would be working or interacting with my information field. Okay, so there's so many layers, so many ways that you can actually receive the information. All right. Now, some of these different methods, sometimes you got to use it differently for different types of people. Okay, so for example, if it's a child that is below 12, okay, we do not recommend, let's say, electrodes. Okay, then you either deliver it through the coil or you deliver it through the information field. Okay, yeah, so you can play around with all these different methods to suit different types of individuals. Yeah, so therefore, these devices, they are complementary, working on electric field, magnetic field, both at the same time if you know how to pair them. Delivery methods, either through electrodes, through coil, and now we have the third method, which is through the HighWave. All right, that is to use a very high frequency 5 megahertz carrier wave to bring it in. All right. So a carrier wave is like a vehicle. Basically, a carrier is a vehicle. Okay. You either use a car or a bicycle to carry you somewhere, a car, or you use a sports car to carry you. So if you're using the HighWave, it's like you put the frequency into the sports car and zoom. Okay. It goes fast, deep into your body and your cells. Okay, so that's the meaning of the carrier. Is a vehicle to bring the frequencies into your body or to your field or to your information field. All right, okay, so I hope this session has been useful for you. Yeah, so we all need these programs to because we have a lot of stimulation, a lot of work. Our life is stressful. So therefore, protect our brain and maintain it so that we can stay mentally active for a much longer period of time. Okay. Yeah. So next week we have Petra. Petra will talk about environmental harmony. Okay. And some of you asked the recording. Yeah, I saw questions asked about the recording for today's session. You can go to YouTube, Healy World Learning Hub. Okay, you go to the search function, you type in Healy World Learning Hub. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel over there. This is the official Healy World channel, and all the video recordings will be posted there. All right. And not only from APAC, not only from us, you can actually see the training from all the other regions as well. Okay, so I went in and I attend other people's session as well. So you learn a lot. Okay, so this is the Learning Hub. Okay, yeah, so all the sessions and the past sessions are also there. All right, then when I see you again will be 2 weeks later, August the 28th, where I'll talk about fitness and sports. Okay, workout. Okay, how to stay fit. And staying fit is not just for people who are active like us. You know, you have, let's say, family members who are bedridden, who are on the wheelchair, who cannot walk, okay, they need to stay fit too. All right. And this is where we can actually use the fitness programs to help people who are bedridden, wheelchair bound to stay fit in their state. Okay, because we need their blood to circulate. All right. So I have my own channel as well, Use Healy, where I have other information that I share there. So if you are the type who likes to learn different things, so you can explore as well. All right. Okay, so let's see what are the questions that we have today. Oh, we have somebody from Istanbul. Okay. Yeah. how can we, Nisha has a question, how can we increase platelets in a 10-year-old child? So platelets is actually a blood cell, okay? Blood cells. So bone marrow, the blood stem cell is actually found in the bone marrow. Okay, so the bone marrow hematopoietic stem cells will divide into red blood cells, all the different types of white blood cells, and platelets. So if you want more platelets, use programs that are related to blood. You have digital nutrition, there is blood over there. Okay, bioenergetic vitalization, there is bone. Okay, so bone, you can use that bone there for this. You can actually use the regeneration 1, 2, 3, because I do not know which regeneration will stimulate what type of stem cells in the body. So therefore, I would recommend using regeneration 1, 2, 3, followed by bone, okay, and then cell. Okay, cell means is for all types of cells in the body. So the frequency will go and find what is lacking in the body and then give it to the child. Okay, yeah. Then anything else that is blood? Yeah. Okay, blood related, nah? Okay, yeah. All right. Oh, I'm glad you'll find this useful. Okay. So, get more people to come on board to attend. If they can't attend because of the timing, then share the link with them. Okay. So on Healy Professional for fear. Okay, for fear, you see, fear is not one particular program for fear. All right. So today's session, I talk about the inner part of the brain, right? The limbic system, the amygdala, the hippocampus. And that's where those are the parts of the brain that process fear. Okay, and remember the fear. You see or not? So when they receive the information at the thalamus region, they have to process, right? So fear is not the problem. It's that they cannot forget the fear. There is no release of that fear, and then they hold on constantly in that state of fear. That is the problem. Okay. So yeah, so all the mind wave programs, use all the mind wave programs, and then use the MagHealy nerve vagus. Vagus is to help to relax, and then you have the emotions, and then you have brain and thalamus. Okay, the whole segment that I mentioned today, it is super, super good to release the fear, whether it's a mild fear, a panic, anxiety, or deep-seated fear. All right, you have to use it more and more and more. Okay, now the other one that is related to fear would be the resonance database. Okay, resonance database where you have the bush flower, bug flower, creative homeopathy, plant power. Okay, yeah. So these are the programs that will analyze the specific components of that fear. What was it? Okay, so you can do all that to also complement. Okay, yeah. So that will be for fear. Okay. Queenie has a question. Which support program should be used to help a 12-year-old child who has astigmatism? All right, astigmatism has to do with the eyes. Okay, so it is the distortion of the shape of the eye such that the light is not properly focused. So you can use bioenergetic harmony eye. Okay, yeah, that is directly here. And then you can use the third eye chakra here. Okay, around here. Yeah. All right, so that will be for astigmatism. Yeah, so it can also use programs for relaxation, because when the person is tense, you tend to do this. You do this and then you squint your eye. So if you do that for too long and then you don't relax, so the shape of the eye, all that may be affected. Okay, relaxation programs, okay, like alpha programs, the relax awareness and all that, things that vagus program. Okay, so to help the child to actually be in a relaxed state. Okay, so when it's relaxed, the muscles around here will not pull. Okay, so because the eye is held in position by many strands of muscles, you see. Yeah, so when it relaxes, it doesn't pull so much. It gives the ability to restore to its functional good shape. All right. Yeah, especially for child, everything is still dynamic, so therefore they can still improve in that. Okay, those who raise your hand, hang on now, let me finish the question. Okay, Jaya Shri, will you please repeat where we can find recordings? Okay, Healy World Learning Hub in YouTube. Okay, okay, yeah, thanks Sheila. Okay, which is the frequency for manifestation? Coach. Okay, use the coach program for manifestation. You can use aura as well. Aura is good, but aura, you cannot say what you want to manifest. But if you want to have a say in what you want to manifest, it will be the coach. Thank you, Jyoti. You're welcome. If we have only Healy Resonance Program, HDHD. Okay, this one is GS Learning. Okay, GS Learning. Okay, you put up your hands. Do you want to share, or is there enough information for ADHD, attention deficit, Alzheimer's patient? Okay, which is what we are talking about today. All right, so whatever, all the programs that we mentioned today are highly, highly suitable for ADHD, ASD, okay, autism spectrum, okay, the entire range, Alzheimer's, dementia, okay, because these kind of symptoms are indicative of the brain development if they are young, okay. When I talk about sleep, we are going to mention a little bit about this because in the let's say in the womb, all right, if they are premature babies, what happened is that a certain part of the brain were underdeveloped when they are born, if they are premature. Okay, so as a result of that, you have this kind of issue because the inner brain and all that is not yet fully developed. So therefore, they get those issues. And then the other possibility is after they are born. So after they are born, they did not get a certain type of sleep. For example, the deep sleep and all that. So those areas will also be underdeveloped as well. Okay, so that's why they will get this kind of issues. So right now is to work on all the programs that we talk about today, which is the mind wave. Okay, don't forget Healy also have learning, but I didn't talk about learning today because yeah, I'll talk until 8 o'clock. Okay, so very, very long, 2 hours. Okay, so because learning has a wide range of frequencies, too wide to actually talk about. So don't forget the learning in Healy, the mind wave, and then the MagHealy, all those that I mentioned today, and sleep. Okay, so if you are either having patients or children or parents who are in Alzheimer, dementia, ADHD, sleep. Give them the sleep program every night. Okay, 9 hours. Yeah. Okay, because during sleep, that's where the brain can actually rest. In the day is a lot of stimulation. So sleep is the time where they can do a lot of repair work for the brain. Okay. What is the percentage to adjust for the program when you use HighWave? Okay, what happens is, okay, the program ended, so therefore you cannot see the white light over here. So you have to increase. If you use HighWave and the white light doesn't appear, means that you are using it as if you're using a coil. Okay, so you have to increase until this white light here blink. Right now, there's no white light, okay, because the program ended after 1 hour. So this white light here must blink. So for me, it is 40%, sometimes 50%. Okay, yeah, so make sure that this one sits tight, firm, not hanging with space like that, then it cannot detect. So it has to be touching in contact with your skin before you actually increase the percentage. Okay, so for different people will be different. Some will only show at 60%. So you just keep increasing until you see the white blinking light. Okay, now, then can you use up to 100%? If this is your first time using it, this is what I suggest. You stop when you see the blinking light. Okay, experience it first because this one is very deeply penetrating and very fast. You see how much you can take it. Now, the next time, if after that you feel okay, you feel like, okay, good, or you think that you don't feel anything. The next time when you use it, when you have the blinking light, okay, let's say at 40%, the next time you increase it by 10%, put 50%. Then the next time when you use it, you can use 60% so that you test what is the limit that your body can take. Okay, yeah, so that is what I suggest to progressively increase. Okay, if you want to experiment how far you can actually go. All right, so the first time when I use it, at the end of it, I thought, I didn't feel anything. I was expecting, am I expecting tingling sensation or what? So is there current and all this? I actually didn't feel anything. Some people can feel a bit of tingling, but for me, I don't feel anything. So I was even suspicious of this strap. Is it working? Am I using it correctly and all that? Okay. So while it is running, I really don't feel anything. Like whether it goes to my feet or not, I didn't. Okay, but after using it, what happened was this part here, I had some strain because I pushed the luggage and then a lot of time on the computer. So this part here was a bit painful. And it was after the program, the pain was gone. Just one session like this. Yeah, one session. And I actually can't feel the body, meaning that you don't feel the joints moving, everything is like a well-oiled joints, that I can walk and all that. I feel light and I don't feel my body. That's it. Do I still have a body or not? Okay, so it is quite interesting. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Sanjeev. Thank you, Umar. Okay, Deborah has a question. My elderly mother, I wanted to run memory. When I scanned for her, it often showed exam acute. Okay, yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's stress or exam acute. Okay, acute means they need it, no? Currently that they really do need the stimulation using the electrodes, meaning that you use the coil, it may not have significant impact. So that means the state is quite bad lah, that they need the strongest stimulation. That's why acute comes out. So it has to be through the electrodes. All right. So that is why the acute. Okay. It doesn't matter because the frequency is a wide range. It will cover the learning, it will cover concentration, it will cover memory. Okay, so the frequencies will be there. You just have to trust the device that when it scans the field, the best match is exam acute. Okay, that's what your mother needs. Okay, so you just run for her. Just follow the results of the scan. Okay, I've done scans for hundreds of people, 600, 700 by now, or 800 already. I can tell you, you can trust the Blue app resonance analysis scan. Okay, you just trust it. Okay. Okay, thank you, Sonia. Frozen shoulder. Can non-member attend? Yes, yes. These sessions, you can invite your friends, okay? Because for me, for the rest of the year, I structured the session in such a way that even if it's a non-Healy user, they will walk away with so much more information, okay? So it's education for everybody. All right, so if they are not yet open to, let's say, using frequencies, they can come, just feel the room a bit, just hear what is frequencies and all that. Yeah, so they don't have to make a commitment yet. So they just come in and just learn, and then slowly their mind will open up. Okay, so yes, please do invite your friends for our sessions. Okay, is there a protocol for applying mind wave programs? What do you recommend? Okay, you can use the resonance analysis. Okay, resonance analysis. There is the mind wave there. You just analyze the mind wave and see what is your top 5. So you can go in that sequence. All right, so you can go in that sequence. If not, it's just intuitive. Okay, or now you know that, okay, which type of waves that you are getting, so you can play around with it. Okay, you can play like, okay, what happens if I'm working and I use relaxed awareness? Okay, what is it like? Okay, or another time is like, okay, I'm working right now. What if I use creativity? What is going to happen? So play with it. Okay, you can do your own mix and match. That means how to experiment and how to know the effect of different type of programs is you fix, right? Every day your let's say you go to the office, it's the same thing. Okay, so if this is the mental activity that I need, then when I use different programs, what happens? What's the outcome? Am I faster? It's like, oh, usually I'll take 2 hours to do this. It's like today I managed to finish it in just half an hour. It's like, wow, okay. Wow, it's really super, that your brain can actually, once you have the connectivity, once you have the focus and all that, you didn't know that, wow, this piece of work you can finish it in half the time, right? So surprise yourself, just do mix and match. All right. Okay. Let's see. Sarcoidosis. Okay, I need to check on that. Uh, how do you balance and clean your field when we have a flight by plane? Bioenergetic defense. Okay, because when you are flying, what happens is you get a lot of radiation from the atmosphere. Okay, so I normally do bioenergetic defense to shield myself. Okay, yeah. After that, you can just base on your all Healy top 5 and see what you get from there lah. Okay, or you can just do general protection. If you have bioenergetic defense, you can use with HighWave or you can use with the coil. Okay, just run general protection. Okay, or electric sensitivity if you want to. Okay. Soft tissue, we will talk about it 2 weeks later when we cover the fitness. Okay, so I'll talk about that because soft tissue is simple. Soft tissue is anything other than your teeth and your bones. That's soft tissue. Reverse or slow cataract. Okay, that one you have to go back to the eyes. Okay, go back to the eyes. That's one, and do all the detox. Go Cycle Pure, Deep Cycle Clean All. Okay, whatever detox programs there is, yeah, do that. Okay, yeah, because in the eye, okay, we'll see whether I have opportunity to cover the eyes. You will find that there is a lot of rubbish in the eye. Okay, so clean up. How can we store energized water effectively? If you're using MagHealy water, no. MagHealy water is when you want to drink it, put on top, 10 minutes, drink. Okay, so finish the drink as you go along. Yeah, so because why? It's a structure of the water. So because of the kinetic energy, the water will move. It will not stay in that fixed structure rigid like that all the time one. So there's no way that you can store energized water for a long period of time. The message or the signal inside the decline over time as they start to move around. Okay, so that's why you don't do it on hot water or warm water, because those water molecules actually have a lot of heat energy and they're moving very fast. So if you do that, very soon they will actually, the message will disintegrate. Okay, Anthea has a question. My mother had just had a stroke, affected her left side. Left side of the brain or left side of the body? I don't have HighWave, but I do have MagHealy. All right. Yeah. So can I use the programs you talk about today? Yes, yes, yes. So after a stroke, either is the left side of the brain or left side of the body, doesn't matter. Make sure that the bleeding has stopped. The hemorrhage. If there is a hemorrhage, I do not know whether there is a surgery or not. So if there is a brain surgery, if there's a hemorrhage, you have to wait until the doctor says that the bleeding has stopped. Okay? Yeah, because when you use this, it promotes circulation of the blood. Okay, so we do not want unnecessary bleeding. Okay, so after that, for the brain will be the brain, thalamus, nerves, vagus. So all this will be for the brain and the nerve. For muscle, because of all the paralysis and all that, you have to use fitness. Okay, that's why 2 weeks later, when I talk about fitness, I will bring it up again, because fitness is not just for sports, it's for physiotherapy, is for recovery from stroke. Okay, so you will use the fitness programs for the recovery of the muscles. Okay, nerve muscle interaction and all that. Yeah, so try that. Okay, try that. Okay. Hearing. Okay, hearing is 2 things. One is the structure of the ear. The other one is the brain that is receiving the information from sound from the ear. So hearing challenge, you got to do both. Okay, you got to work on the ears, which is what? You look around, there's no ear program, right? Head. Go for head. Bioenergetic harmony, there is a head. Okay, head will include your ears, will include your eyes. So just now we had cataract and we have the eye issue, right? So I forgot. So you can also add this to the program, head program. So this part is also where you have the third eye chakra. Okay, so this whole part here. Yeah. And then work also on the throat chakra, ear, nose, ENT, ear, nose, throat. Okay, work on all this area. And then the other hearing, the brain as well, because we mentioned just now that certain parts of the brain is for sound, speech, understanding sound and speech. And then the MagHealy Classic, there is a sound of silence, which is actually for hearing. So use that. Okay, then if is the structure, let's say nerves, damage and all that, then it will be bioenergetic vitalization, which is actually for regeneration of cells. Okay, thank you, Nalini. Then autism, yeah. Whatever that we talk today is suitable for them. Just that the delivery method, you have to choose the appropriate delivery method for the 5-year-old. Okay. Bell's palsy. Bell's palsy is a facial nerve. Okay, facial nerve. You got to use all the nerve related programs. Okay, I think that's all. All right. Okay, come, let's give those who raise their hand. GS Learning, you want to go first?
Yeah, hi. Thank you,
Mm,
Christi, for the lovely session.
mm.
Partly, you had already answered my query on ADHD and Alzheimer's, but I had just a complimentary question. You talked about giving them all the sleep program, and you said give it for the 9 hours, the highest time period. Like, what cycle should I give them, and for the ADHD, and what cycle for the Alzheimer's? If you could kindly clarify.
Okay. So during sleep, that means at night before they sleep. Yeah, so you can actually do the remote, the blue app. All right, so there is a sleep program, right? So when you scan, all four will actually come out because there are only four programs. So once you analyze for the person, for the child, for example, you just choose the timing 9 hours. So that means throughout the night, it will be giving the person the frequency for sleep. Yeah. So it will work on different areas. Okay. The sleep program is about the different stages of sleep. All right. The non-REM sleep, light sleep, and then going into deep sleep, and then going into come out into the REM sleep, and then going in cycles. Okay. So every cycle there has a purpose. You see or not? So that is to actually help the brain to actually go into those cycles than random, chaotic kind of sleep. Yeah, so it's sort of like program their brain to function in a certain manner. Yeah. Okay, because during
That
that
will work for
8 hours, yes.
sorry. So this is also going to be relevant for the Alzheimer's also. They
Mm.
will also, yeah. Okay,
Yes,
got it.
yes. Especially if they keep waking up at night, so they are actually not getting into the deep sleep. Okay, so yeah, so they don't have enough cycles. Okay, so you need about 5 cycles of going down to come out again and then all that. So a proper 8 hours sleep will have that 5 cycles. Yeah, so if they are drifting in and out, they are not getting that. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your question. Okay, next one, let's invite Harsha Soni. Thanks for waiting. Okay, your hand has been up for a long, long time.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Christie. As I told you before, also my father had a brain hemorrhage, but he had no bleeding. There was no operation also. Recently, he went through I think it's sort of cardiac arrest and spasm, and we lost him for 20 minutes. We got him back, but at present he is going through ventilators for little bit of ventilators, and all the medicines are there. But the thing, he had a bleeding in his tracheostomy. Because of that, it has gone into
Bleeding
the
when?
lungs.
Bleeding
In the
when you...
tracheostomy.
Oh, okay, tracheostomy. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that has stopped, and it has gone little in the lungs, I think. And that's the reason he's having spasm. And his urine is getting affected. So I've been doing the resonance for him, and even giving him homeopathic 4 hours at night. So what do you suggest? More of database analysis has to be done.
Mm,
The salt, session salts, and
what are you currently doing for him?
at
Can you...
present, if you see the analysis and what I've got in all Healy is
All Healy, all right.
I
Okay, so
have
the next...
bioenergetic harmony 2 programs, deep
Mm,
cycle edge program, gold cycle programs, beauty programs, and well-being programs.
okay. So that means you will just regularly do the all Healy, and then based on whatever comes out, you will you will just vibrate for him at night. Is it?
No, daytime I'm vibrating the this all Healy program. At night I'm vibrating the homeopathic.
Oh, okay. At night you vibrate the homeopathy, creative homeopathy.
Yeah,
Okay. The homeopathy is more for the emotions patterns. Okay.
yeah.
So for him, you do not use the bioenergetic vitalization.
bioenergetic vitalization has not come into this all Healy programs, which I did the analysis today.
Okay. Yeah. So you can choose that. Okay, let's say for situation like that, when you want to do regeneration. Okay, regeneration, when there's an injury, when there are damage, okay, when there's surgery, so you want the recovery, okay, it would be vitalization.
Vitalization.
Yes. So what you can do is, even if it does not come out, you can actually do that. Okay, the scan just that bioenergetic vitalization. So what are the 5 that comes out? So you can vibrate. Okay, 27 minutes, 1 hour, 4 hours is possible. Okay, so you can do that for the regeneration. Then the other one is it slipped my mind. I wanted to say something just now. Okay. For his digital nutrition. I want to say digital nutrition. Is he able to eat, swallow? He can't,
No.
right? Yeah.
Everything is by pipe.
Through the pipe.
Through the nose,
Correct.
yeah.
Yes, yeah. So digital nutrition as well. Okay. Analyze at least 2-3 times a week to scan, see what are the nutrition that he's lacking, and then vibrate digital nutrition for him. So this is to complement, especially during this period of time when he is not able to eat properly. Yeah, because why? Without that nutrition, the cells will actually struggle to function. Yeah. Okay. So you need to do that. Yeah. So because what happens right now is, if you're not getting bioenergetic vitalization, you see, to produce new cells, you need the building blocks. So if he's not getting enough of the nutrients, it's like baby, right? When a mother is pregnant, you have to eat for 2%. They said you cannot eat just your normal regular amount, because you need the building materials to make new cells. You need your bricks, you need the cement and all that. So when the body doesn't get enough of the nutrition, I can't make new cells. So if I can't make new cells, bioenergetic vitalization will not come up. Because even if you run that, I don't have the building blocks to go and make new cells for you. So the body will go into, let's work on whatever that is existing. Okay, so when you look at bioenergetic harmony, deep cycle, it is actually strengthening the existing cells. So it's actually working on supporting the existing cells to do the work. Yeah, so you try these 2 combination, digital nutrition with the vitalization for regeneration of new cells. Yeah. Okay. So
How do I run the program? Like that's 7 times 38 seconds and then 27 minutes and then 4 hours?
Okay, you can do depending on which combination you want to play around with lah. Okay, yeah, so you can do some days you can do 27 minutes. Okay, stronger stimulation. Short timing means it's a bit stronger. Some days you can do 1 hour. Okay, yeah, some days you can do 4 hours. So you vary. Yeah.
In a day, how many programs can I give in?
How many programs? If you're using the Pink app, which is direct, okay, you should be using, if you're using the electrodes, no more than 3. Okay, but you must also see whether his body can take it or not. So a lot depends on the feedback that you're getting from them. All right, and water.
I'm giving him with coil. I cannot give him electrodes. I'm giving him with coil.
So how much water can he drink? You see, because yeah, so if you're not using the electrodes, coil, actually there's no limit. Okay, but is he drinking enough? Is his body generating a lot of heat when you're using it? So you have to have that balance.
So that's lots of swelling at present. So they're trying to remove the swelling by the urinating him, and as they're giving him the medicines, he has urine is going down.
Yeah. If it's swelling, that means the fluid flow is no good. Okay. So blood, lymph, yeah. So and the energy, the meridians, all that now, the flow is not good. So you can use let's say the coil, which is more direct on the body, you can use for circulation. Yeah. You can use do you have MagHealy?
Yes, I have only classic in that.
Only classic, right? So there is circulation in there as well. Okay. Yeah, like you use cell is very easy. Regeneration, actually, MagHealy actually has regeneration. Yeah.
Okay.
Classic, under classic, you have regeneration, you have cell. Cell, that means it's generic for all the body. Okay. Yeah. So there is, I think there is one which is the energy circulation one, which you can use that. Okay. That will, when the energy circulate, the fluid will circulate. So that will help to move. Because if he can't move very much, like legs and all that, it depends on the muscles to actually squeeze on the blood vessels to move. Yeah. So if there is not much motion, so the fluids in the body becomes very stagnant. Yeah. Okay.
So this all in 1 hour gap I can give, or
Yeah.
1 hour.
Yes. Yes. With 1 hour, half an hour breaks in between. Yeah.
And with blue Healy, only I have to give is vitalization and regeneration.
Yeah, correct. Vitalization and all that. And digital nutrition. Yeah. You can still do the all Healy. Okay. You can still do the all Healy.
Okay. So nothing just now at of the database, no? Resonance of database, nothing I have to and do in that.
Resonance, okay. Resonance database you can use if, let's say, he feels negative about his situation. Okay. Yeah, the pain is bothering him and all that. So you can help to clear some of the frustration, the emotions. Yeah, then I will use the homeopathy. You can use some of that. Okay, but if let's say if you're talking about the healing of the tissues, all that, then homeopathy is not suitable for the physical healing. Yeah, but it can remove the frustration that he feels, okay, being stuck in that place, the pain, the limitations, all that. Yes.
Thank you,
Okay.
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah. So is vary, you can vary the different combination depending on how he feels. So you get as a caregiver, you ask him how he feels after some program. Do you feel better here? Do you feel better there? Or whether the doctor can feedback to you. If the doctor says, oh, this part is not healing properly, the wound is not closed or whatsoever, then based on those feedback, you then apply the frequencies to support those areas. Yeah. So
Okay.
if your father complains, okay, this part, like digestive doesn't feel good after this, then you will have to do something about gastrointestinal to support. So basically, every day will be dependent on the response, because for those who are recovering sick and all that, every day can be a different thing for them. Yeah.
So at present, they've kept him on sedation, so he doesn't talk because of the spasm. If he's moving, there's a spasm, so they're keeping him on sedation.
Okay, so you base on the doctor's feedback, or that's why now is the time where you need all the more the resonance analysis to actually tell you what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Especially things like that, no? Because when the person cannot communicate, they can actually communicate through the information field to us. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Harsha, for your question.
Thank you,
Next one
Deepti. Thank
is
you so much.
Sri Vidya.
Can
Okay.
I Can I
I'm
come in?
very quick
I am
because,
Tapan Kumar Kesh.
sorry?
Can I come in? I am Tapan Kumar Kesh. Can I
Uh,
come in? I am Tapan Kumar Kesh from Kolkata.
um,
Can I come in? I am Tapan Kumar Kesh from Kolkata.
okay, there are two other person. Can we go by the sequence? Hang on, hang on. Okay, I'll try to be fast. Okay, because this particular Zoom, there is another talk, so another person needs to use it. Okay, Sri Vidya.
Namaste. My name is Srividya. I'm from Chennai. Basically, I wanted to know if we can Healy to help a child who's 14 years and he's partially deaf and very limited talking. Can Healy help in improvising? Because I'm told that if in case a surgery is done, then the child can speak and can also listen. So, can Healy help in this for the child? So, if so, what is it that I can do for him?
Okay, not enough information because the hearing issues and all that, is it congenital, that means born like this, or
Yes, born like that.
born like this, right? Okay.
Yes.
So that means that this kind of underdevelopment takes place in the womb, in the development
Yes.
stage. Yeah. So now
Yes.
the child is already 14 years old, okay,
Yes.
which is past the time when it's very, very plastic, yeah.
Okay.
So it can support,
Okay.
can support, but because of the age, so certain things you may not be able to reverse so quickly. All right. And
Okay.
at 14, this child needs to have the change much faster to progress to other adult functions. Okay. So you will still need the surgery. Okay. So you cannot
Okay.
just rely on Healy or MagHealy programs to make the change and avoid the surgery. Okay. Now,
Okay. Okay.
because we are not talking about a 3-year-old child or a 2-year-old child where you
Okay.
still have that window to wait and see and give me a little bit of time, wait and see before I make that decision. Okay, this is
Okay.
a 14-year-old child. Yeah. So therefore, the change will not be fast enough. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
do the surgery as what the doctor would recommend and then support. But before the surgery, you can already keep supporting. All right. And then
Okay. Okay.
during surgery, you can support. After surgery, you can support the recovery.
So,
Okay.
in that case of supporting, what is there any specific programs that I can run on that child?
The brain, head.
Okay.
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 There's a lot of programs on head. Head is easy because it's like everything. And then all
Okay.
the brain. And then if you have the mind wave is cell. Okay.
Okay.
So there are many programs with just cell. Cell means
Okay.
every type of cell in the body, so it's like
Okay.
so nerves, all that, because hearing got to do with the nerves, it got to do with
So
the
nerves, head,
brain.
brain, and cell. These are the
Yeah.
4 specific ones which are available, and I'd have to choose and then do it
Yeah.
one by one.
Crown,
Okay.
chakra also. Okay, the
From
crown,
crown chakra.
third eye, throat. Okay, this whole part. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You.
Yes.
Okay, Mamta. Mamta, are you there?
Yes, hi, sorry.
Okay.
How are you?
Yeah, good. Yes. Hi.
I've been using Healy for a friend of mine who's been diagnosed with breast cancer stage 2.
Mm.
And obviously it's distance healing that I'm sending her. She's not in a frame of mind to give me feedback on a regular basis, but when I do speak to her, she prefers not to talk about, the treatment. But she's open to receiving the treatment. And I just wanted to know, I mean, I just do, scan the resonance every day and, see what she needs for the day. and I send her, maximum 27 minutes. But what is your suggestion? How can I help her?
First, it's not for me to say how to help her. It's like, how does this person want to be helped? Okay. Because it's very important when you're working with the field that we are not the ones making the decision.
Sure.
Because the person can actually block. You can give whatever you want that the person can actually block.
Right.
So the important thing is whether the person is receptive. So therefore, we will not force it on them. And that, you see, if this person say, no, I don't want to talk about my treatment, I do not want to talk about this and all that. So you got to sense whether is this person rejecting, okay, uncertain, I'm not sure with what's this and all that. There is apprehension, okay, or whether the person really wants this. Okay, you have to establish that first. All right. Now,
Right.
sometimes it can just be emotions.
Yeah, I think it's just
Support them
that.
with the emotions. All right.
Yeah, I think it's
So
just
to support them with the emotions, you can use Soul Cycle.
okay.
Did she go through mastectomy?
Not yet. She's undergoing chemotherapy right now.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
and then after that, they have suggested a mastectomy for her.
Yeah. If there is a mastectomy, Soul Cycle is actually for separation. All right. So for people who went through mastectomy surgery where parts of the body are amputated and all that, so they have that separation issue. Okay. If she does not have the mastectomy yet, so you can shelve the Soul Cycle first and work on resonance database.
Okay.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, right? Bush flower, dark flower,
Yes.
all that.
Yeah.
So scan every single one to see which are the ones that has the 60% or higher, and you vibrate those. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah. So if they don't want to talk about it, I don't know whether it's because acceptance. Have they accepted the situation? Have they come to terms with it and all that? So when you do all this, it help them to clarify all their emotions.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Got
when
it.
those things are out of the way, okay, if they come to the stage where they can accept, then maybe they're more ready to talk about it. You see, yeah. So they can't talk to you about it if they themselves haven't sorted out their situation.
Okay.
Okay.
Understood. Understood. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for your question. Okay, Mr. Tapan. Okay, last question.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Sorry. Thank you for waiting.
No problem, no problem. Actually, I entered the meeting today a bit late, and I was a bit confused when you were talking about these various types of vibrations and all these things. I am 84 years old, and I have been detected prostate cancer, and a major operation has undergone regarding hydrocele, hernia, and 90% filling of prostate. The doctor has given me a wonderful medicine injection, and he promised me that not to worry about cancer. And after this injection, administration of the injection, within 14 days, it was noticed that my PSA, which is actually shows that how fast the cancer is spreading, that reading came down from 41.2 to 42.1 to 14.1, and creatinine dropped down from 1.4 to 1.1, and SGPT, as a basically liver test, that becomes normal with liver. That means it gave a wonderful result. It is those are the test results, but I personally feel wonderful. All my problems regarding pains and all these things had gone. It has worked so far wonderfully to me. But I regularly take the program of Healy Advisor, that prostate cancer. And sometimes when I take the programs, I don't get, I have got a resonance plus. So in nutrition is a very vital thing in cancer. And those programs I'm not getting. So when I'm finding various details of nutrition, then I'm taking only nutrition or salts. So I don't know how to manage this, but as such, I'm much well really. I have to go for a test again after a few days because after this injection, doctor told me not to worry. Come after he was very confident of this. He said there is not to worry about cancer at all. And the results were wonderful, and my feelings are very good, except in small problems like a bit of constipation and all these things. I'm really feeling very good. So what better I can do? Can I take some mental vibrations to elevate? I of course take every day almost vitalization program. And I take some of these programs also. And at this moment, my muscles are a bit down, and I have lost about 9 kg of weight in this 5-6 months. So how to recover the weight? Any idea? Particularly apart from weight, I'm actually feeling very good. It has the medicine so far. The injection has worked wonderfully to me. So, what is your suggestion? How can I improve my weight, and what programs I can take for it? And as I am not able to take the details of these vibrations of nutrition, what else I can do?
Okay. What do you want? What are you looking for something? Because basically your cancer is under control. Okay, overall you feel good, but what other aspects that you still want to improve?
How can I improve my weight? Weight is very important, and the program that I am taking from Healy Advisor regarding prostate cancer. And they are asking for various types of nutrition, so which I do not have in my Resonance Plus. Those details of nutrition are not there. So I am taking only nutrition at that time.
Okay, all right. So for weight gain, you use fitness.
Yes, yes. Fitness I use regularly.
Yes, yes. So in fitness, there is a weight there. So you
Yes.
can use, I saw you use with the electrodes. You can use with the electrodes or you can use with the coil weight. That weight is actually bone weight, the muscle weight.
Yeah.
So if you're losing bone mass, okay, if you're losing your muscles, it's good to use fitness, weight, muscle harmony. Okay, yeah. Then this will actually help you to build the muscles. Yeah, digital nutrition, all that is good for you. Yeah, so you can take the digital nutrition. If you want more muscle, right? Digital nutrition, you go to amino acids.
My problem is I have got a Resonance Plus, and I do not have the details of these nutrition programs.
Oh, okay, okay. And in that case, then you have to use it through the Blue app. Digital nutrition, you add this digital nutrition through the Blue app, and then you just use whatever that comes out.
That's what I'm doing. So there is a program in weight in that fitness program.
Yeah.
There's a
Weight
program for
independence.
weightless. So I
Yes,
do
yes.
the weight program from Meridian, Chinese. I take that program. But is there a program in fitness also for muscle development?
No, yeah, fitness has the muscle harmony, it has the weight. MagHealy does, Meridian doesn't have weight. Meridian have fatty degeneration.
Fatty degeneration.
Yeah,
That I
Meridian
can take,
is,
no?
huh?
That I can take
Yeah,
for weight improvement.
fitness, you use fitness. Yeah, fitness, weight, muscle. Yeah, so you can try use that.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Thank you for your questions.
Thanks.
Okay. So thank you to all who stayed behind. All right. So we'll see you again next week. All right. Bye-bye.